What's up, guys? Happy hump day. We're back to the cabinet job. So today I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna hand sand the wood filling areas that I hit yesterday before I left. And then I'm gonna spot prime them with an oil-based aerosol. I think it's Pro Block. I don't know, I'll get a clip of that for you guys. But I love this stuff. It goes on thick, heavy, even. It dries really fast. It sands like chalk. The coverage and stain blocking is incredible on it. So I'm gonna spot prime all those things after I sand them. And then I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna sand everything with my makeshift fez tool. And then once that's done, I can wipe it all down and I can get back into spraying. I'm gonna try to get my guy to come over with my phone to get some close-ups for you. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait for the action camera footage coming out later. So stay tuned. Take this off for now. All right, so we have everything primed. The case is primed, the door's primed. They're hung in order thanks to the PSDR system from the paint line company. So now that everything is in order, everything is primed, everything got wood filled, sanded, vacuumed over there, which you saw. Everything's ready to get a resurfacing primer. I use it from Sherwood, from Sherwin-Williams. It's called Chem Aqua. It's a resurfacer. It's going to level and smooth everything off. So after this little break, we're going to start hanging them up systematically, spraying. I'll also use the Titan remote cup to get inside of here. I'll give you guys a close-up look of that, of how much easier it is using that remote cup than the gun with the cup on it. It's going to save a lot of time and a lot of headache, so stay tuned for that. All right, so we're back and we're about to start spraying the surfacer. I just wanted to talk real quick about this system. As you can see, they're all hung, right? You have these hooks. In the set, it comes with 50 of these hooks, and you just got to drill a hole in the top and put your little cup hooks on. And then you have these hooks, these hangers. They go onto your cup hooks, and you can hang them on to the poles. There's 1, 2, and then a third setup. You can hang up to 50 cabinets. You can even get the height extensions, which I have on my spray set over there, which you'll see in a minute. And you can actually set up a second bar, and you can hang as many as you want, man. I mean, you can keep building this bigger and bigger and bigger to suit whatever needs you need. And that's awesome because it's versatile. But my favorite thing so far about it is how with cabinetry like this with older hinges and not the little pocket circle hinges, what I would normally have to do is take a piece of tape and label each door left, right, top, bottom, whatever it is, and in order when I take them down off of the cases. And then when I'm spraying them, I got to move them and put it on the back and spray it. Like, I got to keep moving this piece of tape around. And it ends up getting messed up, torn, ripped, covered, dusty, and lost or whatever. And then you have an issue rehanging. Now with this system, I can take them off and hang them in order. And I go one by one. I take one off, I prep it, I hang it back up. Or I take one off and I spray it and I hang it back up and take the next one. And I move systematically down. And this is in order from the first cabinet set, top, and so on and so forth. That's a huge game changer for me. Also, the real reason that I wanted this system so bad is because I don't have a shop that I can use all the time to do cabinetry. So like now, I have to set up a Dexter lab and plastic everything off and make a booth. And this system keeps it small. Like, I can make this just a square if I wanted to and take up not a whole lot of space. And that's great for having to work inside of somebody's house or in their garage or basement like I am now. And also, I used to lay them out on like tables or ladders or whatever with, you know, workhorses, and I could only work on a side at a time. Now that I can hang them and spray them, I can get all of the sides at one time and it can all dry together. I don't have to spray a side and wait for it to dry before I can flip it over and spray the next side. And when I'm using, you know, different coatings, the cure time is a lot longer than the time allowed for a job. And the cure time on some of them after the finish coat is, you know, it could be up to a week depending on how deep the tint base is on the paint. You know, there's other products you can use that dry faster, but that being said, I might have to wait a day or two depending on humidity before I can even recoat, and I'm only on a side at a time. That's just not quick enough for me. But doing it this way, spraying all the sides at once and then it all dries and cures together, really just speeds up my process. What I'm finding though is the spraying and coating part of it is easier, it is more organized, it is faster. For me, it being faster allows me more time to focus on the prep work before, during, in between coats, you know, like whether that's sanding, wood filling, caulking, all that stuff, and sanding smooth between coats. I have more time because I'm saving time spraying and keeping things organized. That gives me more time to focus on the prep. If I can focus on the prep, I can get the quality up. The quality of the job can raise so much higher, so much faster, and that's really what I want at the end of the day. Anything that can keep me organized, can keep me working at a decent speed, and you know, give me great quality at the end is definitely something that I'm willing to invest in. You know, for a few $100s, you can spray cabinets wherever you want, as long as you prep your room out or your location, whatever it is. You can be a mobile cabinet refinisher, and for me, I'm really focusing in on the cabinet, you know, section of painting, and this really is a game changer for me. The whole process too, setting it up is under 10 minutes. By yourself, you can do it. I didn't need an extra set of hands to do it or anything. Most of the time, I do cabinet jobs by myself, so having this organization and this small area taken up, and it's just huge for me personally. While I'm painting cabinets and refinishing them, I have my guys upstairs working on the painting of a house. You know, I talk to a lot of guys that say, you know, they used to do a lot of cabinets, and it's tough when you have other things going on. Back when I started and I was by myself and I did a cabinet job and I had painting to do in the house, man, it gets really, you know, things start overlapping. You got to leave your cabinets to go do this, and then that holds you up, and it's just crazy. So to have a system like this, it is really a huge game changer, and for the few $100s that it costs, man, you're gonna make it back tenfold, quickly and easily, I promise you. But yeah, that's what I have to say on, you know, what I like so far about it. There's a few things that I will go over towards the end that I realized is like a learning curve, and little tricks and hints for making the process a little bit easier while using these. So we'll get to that, but now I'm going to go ahead and start spraying these things, and I'll try to record it on this camera over here so you can see it from a little bit far away. My guy Kyle is going to grab my phone and get a close-up of some of the spray action. With the close-ups of the spray action, you guys will be able to see exactly how this thing works and how easy it is, and some of the things that I'm finding out the hard way. You'll see things, you know, like swinging is one of them. You'll see how it swings and how you have to try to adapt to that. But yeah, so stay tuned and watch this system work, man. It's magic. All right, so while we're here and we're doing these cabinets using this hanging system, I do have the cases on the floor here. You can't see it with the lens that I have on the camera right now, but I have a few clips and a close-up. The cases were taken off of the wall because there's some repairs that need to be done and they need to be put back on level. So I lucked out and I'm spraying the insides, which normally I don't do. And secondly, it's just, we're trying to extend the life of these things rather than just replace them. It's a laundry room. It's not really worth buying new ones, so let's just freshen them up and get them in decent shape and, you know, try to extend the longevity of their life. But the thing with spraying the insides of cabinets is what you're using to spray. For cabinetry, I love my Titan CapSpray 105. It's got the cup gun on it, and you know, if you know anything about HVLPs, they spray a nice, easy, fine finish. but the problem is that cup on the gun. So what I did was I ended up hitting up Titan, and they sent me a remote cup so that there's a big I think it's 3 ounce or something like that. I'll have to double check. But it holds a lot in it, and then it has a whip and the gun by itself, no cup on it. So now I can get inside and around as if it's an airless sprayer. So I'm going to get a close-up and show you guys how that, makes life a lot easier. This set, I sprayed the oil primer with the cup on the gun and without the whip on the hose, and it's very rigid and stiff, and you can't get inside, and it's really tough. So I'm super excited that Titan sent me this remote cup to use, and you guys will get to see that in action. Another question that you might be wondering is, since I mentioned airless, why am I using HVLP over airless? 2 reasons. One, I'm inside, and those create a lot of blowback and a lot of paint dust that I'm just not willing to deal with. If I was outside or in a garage or in a bigger space, I would definitely go for that with the air assisted. The multi-finish 440 is what I have, and that's great for cabinetry. But in a small little Dexter lab like this, I'm just going to keep it to the HVLP, very controlled, very little overspray. And now that I have the remote cup for maneuverability, it just makes so much more sense in a situation like this. So we'll jump right into that, and you guys will get to see how much more accessibility you have with this remote cup versus the cup gun. All right, the surfacer is on. Got a good, thick, even coat on everything. These, I actually two-coated just because I wanted it to saturate in and level off a lot better, and it worked. This stuff is incredible. If you haven't used it, get some. It'll change your whole process. It'll change your end result. Your quality is going to skyrocket immediately using that stuff. I'm going to top it all off with emerald urethane trim enamel, but that Chem Aqua line also has a top coat and a clear coat as well. You can get it in different glosses and different colors, just nothing super deep, but yeah, that's a wrap for that, man. The spray system is awesome. The surfacer is awesome. So I think that's a wrap for today. Tomorrow I'll sand them and start top coating with the hard stuff. All right, so there you have it. You saw it get sprayed up close, from afar, from an angle. You saw the system. Take one off, hang it up, spray it, take it back, put it in its place, and then take the next one. Everything stays in order. You also saw the remote cup. I have it hung up on that cool little gun rack that, you know, the PSDR system has, which is awesome. I mean, I can attach my regular cup gun and hose and spray like that, but I kind of liked having, you know, the remote cup hanging there and then my hose. It's a short hose that I just have control over. A couple things that I wasn't aware of before using this system. One is the panel's swinging, but if you hold it at the bottom or you hang them horizontally rather than vertically, I think you'll have a better chance of it not swinging like that. Especially if you're going to use like an airless or air assisted, it's going to push a lot more, it's going to keep swinging. So with that much swing on an HVLP, you know it's something that you got to look out for. The other thing is you can actually get wood dowels or sticks or whatever to help spin it and hold it. If you tilt that wheel, it cocks the pressure, especially if you have a dowel in there. It holds the hook and it keeps it from spinning and wiggling, and you have a little bit more control over it. But yeah, that's the PSDR series. This system is freaking great. Like I said, it's saving me a lot of time. I got to do my top coats twice, sand in between, and this thing is just making it all that much easier, that much better. So thank you guys. All right, so that Titan remote cup, as you can see, getting inside of there is much, much easier. You saw up close with the hose is the only thing being in the way. If you can just cock that out of the way, you can really get inside of there, inside of these cases. It was a little bit easier since these are on the floor. I'm spraying into them and bending around and all of that. But if they're fixed in on the walls, it's the same concept. You just got to figure out which way you're going in and out so that you don't have too many heavy edges and you stay with a wet edge. But you don't want it to puddle up. Luckily, what I was spraying here is a resurfacer, and it dries really quick and it smooths out really well. You'll see a close-up of these, the finished product with this resurfacer, and you'll just see how smooth they are. They're almost a finished product. And getting an even spray with that remote cup is way easier than the other way with a cup on the gun. When I did the oil primer, I was knocking into it, I was hitting my wet work and things like that. This, it's damn near flawless with the remote cup and the hose detached from the cup. So that's super helpful. If you don't have one of those, hit up Titan, let them know. It's going to save you time and it's going to upgrade your quality as well. If you found any value in this video, please let me know in the comments below. Like the video so other people can see it, so it stays in circulation. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. This way it lets me know that I need to keep making videos for you guys because you're finding value in them. And that's all I want. I want you guys to learn how to get the job done right. And if you're a painter, I want you to learn how to grow your business. Investments like this is going to save you time upgrade your quality, make you more money. It's going to upgrade your business. So let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.